Okay, so now that we are ready, I can hit my present. So we are going to spend 2 days on research. Now, I normally don't spend this much time on research, but I didn't want to. There was four topics I wanted to research. And because there are 4 topics I wanted to research, I only wanted to give you 2 a day. I just felt like being online, it can be overwhelming as is. And I really wanted you to feel ready. I didn't want you to feel overwhelmed at all. So I broke it into 2 days. Normally we would do this in one period, but we would do it all together. And I will go nice and slow. And I will also stop on the screens where there is a question and give you time to write it down. Okay, or at least write down the gist of it. So, research for egg drop. Learn what topics you might need to know that will help you make an impact. And by impact, I mean an impact to your egg. This will help us save our egg. Today, I can do research to ensure a more successful egg drop. Now, the things we are going to gain knowledge in are the following. We're going to look at the egg structure, so how an egg is created, impact crashes, so car crashes. I promise nothing gory. Parachutes, so that would be slowing the velocity of the egg as it drops, and the Mars rover drop. So again, that kind of goes with the parachutes, the Mars rover drop. It just kind of goes together, but let's keep going. So don't forget, these are our engineering design process. We've already done ask. Today we are on research. Please, please, please learn these steps. We are going to go through each and every one of them. Some days we'll go through 1, some days we'll go through 2, some days we'll take 2, like research. We're going to take 2 days on research. I just, again, didn't want you to feel overwhelmed on 4 topics, so we're going to cover 2 topics today. Okay? So again, ask, research, imagine possible solutions, plan by selecting a promising solution, create a prototype, test, evaluate the prototype, improve, and redesign as needed. And then sometimes you get back to ask and re-ask the question. But in our case, we're going to stop at improve and give our results. All right, here are the questions that I'm going to be asking you. Okay, so take time to write these down, copy them down, take a screenshot if you want, whatever is easiest for you. I am going to give you probably 4 minutes on the clock, okay? Because I think 4 minutes will allow you to write the questions. So that's all I want you to do is write the questions or document them in some way. If you want to take a screenshot, if you want to take a picture with your phone, again, as long as you know what the questions are, that way when we go, I'll come back to this screen, but when we watch the videos and talk about things, you'll know what the questions I'm going to be asking are. So I'm going to take 4 minutes now and stop talking so you guys can write. Let me start my timer. Okay, we are at about 24 seconds left. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the timer and read the questions to you. Okay, now obviously this one is all about car crashes. And again, I promise there is nothing gory or scary about this. What makes the Honda Jazz safer during the crash test? We're going to watch a video where the Honda Jazz and another vehicle have an impact crash test. And we are going to observe as scientists what made them safer during the crash test. The next question is, why does weight matter in a car crash? The next question is, what is low center of gravity? Okay, so again, car crash safety. There are 4 primary factors to research and consider in your quest to buy a safe vehicle. We're not buying a safe vehicle, but we are trying to make a safe vehicle for our egg. Their crashworthiness, vehicle weight, center of gravity, safety of equipment, but even after you've purchased a safer new used vehicle, the way you maintain and drive the vehicle also impacts safety. So again, think about that when you're dropping your vehicle, or dropping your vehicle, but your egg box, if you're going to throw it to the ground, it's going to have more velocity. So again, think about the way you're positioning it, how you're going to be dropping it, because we are going to be driving our egg vehicle in that manner. All right, so we are going to watch this crash test. And again, these are just crash test dummies. No real people were harmed in the making of this film.
Watching car crash tests is horrifying and mesmerizing in equal measure. Here, we're seeing the difference that 2 decades of ever-improving car design has made to safety. Europe's Car Safety Assessment Programme, Euro NCAP, is 20 years old. To mark the occasion, it staged a test. It put a Rover 100 from 1997 up against its modern city car equivalent, the Honda Jazz, and pitted both of them against a metal barrier at 40 miles an hour. Although it has seemingly modern safety features like airbags, the Rover 100 earned just 1 star out of 5. The driver dummy rattles around the inflated bag. His legs would have been crushed, he may have suffered head injuries, and the body and door of the car are so twisted it might be tough to get him out. The Honda Jazz driving dummy fares much better. Improvements in the structure of the car and tech, like side curtain airbags, keep him in place and protected. That car gets 5 stars. In the US, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, or IIHS, painted a more dramatic picture of car safety evolution when it smashed a 1959 Chevrolet Bel Air into a 2009 Chevy Malibu. Both end up looking like mangled metal, but the newer car disperses the energy of the impact in a totally different way. Instead of a steering column slamming into his body, the driver of the Malibu gets cushioned and contained. Now that they're nearly out of places to stuff more airbags, engineers are focused on active safety, using tools like automatic braking to dodge crashes in the first place. Until computer-controlled, self-driving cars can actually deliver on the promise of making all crashes a thing of the past, trials like these are the best tools automotive designers have to test the machines supposed to keep us safe. And these head-to-heads show their efforts are working.
All right, so let's come back to our egg drop research. So again, now I'm going to go to chat or give you guys a chance to help me discuss what was the impact. What helped that crash test dummy survive better in the Honda Jazz? Did anyone notice anything? I can replay just that part of the clip if you did not catch it. However, I would like to see some thoughts from the chat, or somebody can unmute and tell me what you noticed about the Honda Jazz. And I can actually probably even do this. I'll go back here. There is an image right there. What do you notice in that image at the top? It's 39 seconds. At 39 seconds into the video, What do you notice as a scientist?
The airbags kind of help it.
Yeah, the airbags. That's literally what happened. The difference between was the first car and the second car is this side airbag. So again, having an airbag on the front and the side. They also said that, they stabilized some of the parts of the vehicle, but really what I wanted you to notice was airbags all around, because that's going to protect the person in the case of a vehicle. In our case, we are thinking about how to cushion our egg. So we don't want our egg to rattle around in that box. We want to give it some sort of cushion, whether you use balloons like airbags or cotton or blankets or something. We want something to cushion that impact and take that harshness away from because it's still, if you got in a car accident and the airbag deployed, it's still going to hurt. It's not going to feel great, right? It doesn't feel like floating on air. It's still an impact, but it's going to lessen the damage to the structure. So again, that's what we're looking for, is we're looking for it to lessen the damage of the structure to the egg. So again, I would say the airbags would be the correct answer. The airbags and the support structure, you could call it support structure. Okay, so I'm actually writing this down. STRUCTURE. I could not spell structure for a second. All right, so again, the structure of the vehicle and the airbags. But the airbags is the thing I most wanted you to notice. Oh, let's pause that and skip forward. All right. Now, why does weight matter in a car crash? That is the next thing we are going to research. So, and again, I just took this little blurb and it says heavy is better. The heavier your vehicle is, the better it will protect you in a collision. Crash test ratings for a given vehicle are valid when compared to other vehicles of a similar size and weight. In collisions involving a large vehicle and a small vehicle, the large vehicle wins. Nearly a decade ago, IIHS, and you'll hear that on commercials, IIHS safety ratings. But again, that's just a group that checks to see the safety of vehicles. That's their whole job. So again, that's a really cool STEM career to go into if you're interested in car crashes. Or interested in vehicle safety. Nearly a decade ago, IIHS performed a series of crash tests to illustrate the laws of physics how the laws of physics impact vehicle safety. The organization took 3 small cars that earned top crash test ratings and crashed them into mid-sized cars made by the same company. In every test, the larger car did better at protecting the occupants than did the smaller car. So again, this one is really just heavier cars illustrate the laws of physics. So again, it's the laws of physics is your answer, okay? So the laws of physics. So again, because they're heavier, they're going to illustrate that law of physics better, and they are going to maintain the safety better. So again, heavy is better. So think about that weight of your box. Again, the weight of your box is going to matter, and it's going to help provide better structure for your egg to drop and have less of an impact on the egg. Okay, so the next one, what is low center of gravity? This is our third question of the day. I know what you're thinking. If heavier and newer vehicle is the safest, I need a big truck or SUV. Another factor you must consider is the rollover resistance rating. Both NHTSA and the IIHS rate for vehicles for their likelihood to roll over. Rollover accidents can happen due to sudden steering inputs, sliding on wet or icy roads, and hitting dry pavement, sliding off the road into a curb or collision. Now, I'm going to stop sharing just for a second and come back to my camera, okay? Now, why is this important? So let's think about a box, okay? And let's say you put a lot of weight on the left side. What's going to happen when you drop your box? It's going to turn to the left, right? So think about where you put your weight on your vehicle. Again, our vehicle is a box of some sort that we are making for our egg. If you put the weight at the bottom, is it going to do well or do bad? If you put it at the top, think about what could happen to your egg as it impacts. So you have to think of low center of gravity. So you want your center of gravity to be at the bottom of your box. So again, center of gravity will help prevent a tip over. So that's what I want you to write as your answer. Low center of gravity helps prevent a tip over. Okay, so again, low center of gravity helps prevent a tip over. So that is what's important today. We've got to remember those things, and we will continue on. So that is topic 1. We've covered one whole topic today. All right, so the next topic we're going to cover is parachutes. But for some reason, I have these in the wrong order, so I will fix that really quick. Bloop. Bloop.
If you were, for whatever reason,
I don't want to play that yet. I got too many things. There we go. Whoa, my slideshow is all messed up. Where's my parachute question? Hang on, guys. Parachutes. We're going to move parachutes, and I'll do parachutes tomorrow. So we're going to do our egg questions, okay? Let's go ahead and back to this, present. Here are our next 2 questions. We are answering these 2 questions now. How are eggshells formed? So I'm going to give us 3 minutes on the clock to write these questions down. Delete. 3 minutes. And remember, I'm never going to ask you to do work that I'm not doing myself. I am writing these questions down, even though I was the one that made the presentation. How are eggshells formed? What are eggshells made from? Oh, I should be sharing. I am so sorry, guys. Share. Screen 2. Share. So again, write these 2 questions down. How are eggshells formed? What is an eggshell made from? Okay, that is time. Let me stop my timer. And again, I'm going to repeat the questions. How are eggshells formed? What is an eggshell made from? So then I'm going to